Now I want to invite you three over. There's one microphone missing. I don't know where that went. No, that one didn't work. We can share. Yeah. We collaborate, we share. So what we did for today is give some information. There we go. What we wanted to do today is give you a little bit of insight in some of those people that did the DH program and get some idea. No, yes. I think it's mic 2. We had a problem with mic 2. I have mic 2, so I may drop out once in a while. We really want to know how they're faring in the world and how their experience here at UCLA in the DH program informed how they do their work and what benefit they had of it. So, Stephanie, can I start with you? Can you tell me a little bit what your major was and what you're doing now?
Sure. So I graduated actually in 2014, a couple of years ago, and I was a communication studies major, digital humanities minor, and now currently I am working at Oracle as an implementation success manager for their cloud platform.
And can you tell me a little bit about how you got that job?
Sure. So actually Oracle goes to many universities across the country, well-known universities, including UCLA, to recruit students. And I was being recruited in a class of program that was hiring for sales engineers. And they basically become product specialists. And a lot of the people I started with were engineers. They were mostly technical backgrounds. So I, not being of a specifically technical background, I think the program specifically prepared me for it because of the actual hands-on experience I had with database and visualizations. I actually started as a visualization, analytics, and big data consultant. So this really gave me the hands-on experience that I needed.
Okay, I want to jump to Sally.
Hello.
Hi. I'm going to get rid of this microphone because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's going in and out. We'll share even more. Sally, same question. What was your major and where are you now?
So I was a comparative literature major with an emphasis in English and Spanish literatures, and then I minored in digital humanities. And currently, I just started actually on Monday. I work at a PR and advertising agency called DRS and Associates as a PR and social media marketing coordinator. And before that, actually, I worked at the Department of Cultural Affairs for the city of Los Angeles I initially started as a social media, digital media intern, and then just became just a marketing assistant there.
So how did you find that job?
So the working at the city was really a great experience, and I actually got it. Miriam Posner actually referred me to the ACLS Public Fellow, who was there to help bring DC to the digital age. And so she referred me, and I interviewed, and I got it, luckily. And so I was there for over a year. And so yeah, and DH definitely helped a lot and helped me get the job, since a lot of the work I was doing was with social media and digital engagement and data analysis for like who is interacting with the different platforms. So it was key to my getting the position.
And then Haley, you have yet a different background, right?
Yes, I was an art history major with a digital humanities minor, and now I'm working at the Hammer Museum as registrar.
So did they find you or did you find them?
I found them. I was an intern in my last year at UCLA in the registration department, and I worked in the registration department with the artwork, and I also worked doing some metadata cleanup for the database.
Okay, quick round of answers. We start with Haley, then Sally, then Stephanie. How long were you out of work after you graduated?
I was actually hired during my spring quarter at UCLA, so I took 2 weeks off to move and get settled, and then I started work in July.
Great.
I was right after graduation. I was still working at the department, and then when I found a new job, it was like I started just right away. So.
Yeah, same here. I applied in October and got the job in February, so much earlier than I graduated. So I started right after college.
So no sort of sobbing stories here of people who can't find a job.
No.
No, that's great. But I am really curious because digital humanities is not all about learning to do digital things. I'm always a bit wary about this idea that it prepares you for real life. I really want to hear, how did your humanities background help you in your job? Does it influence everything? Anything? Do you influence your engineering colleagues, for instance?
Absolutely. I think especially in comparison to my colleagues, it really gave me an edge in understanding the social impact of the work that I do today. Some of the research that I did during the program involved studying Twitter analysis, big data relating to the Boston bombings, as well as the Santa Barbara shootings, and understanding how we can study urban Los Angeles and the visual topology of the city around me. In Miriam Posner's class, we actually studied how networking and the physicality of the technology, how we're actually interconnected, and how, as you said, the cloud is not just the cloud. There's actually people working in a data center today. There's labor involved. So all of these things are, you need to take into consideration when you're talking to customers and making sure we have the supply chain necessary that's optimal for our customers. So I think it gave me a really deep understanding of the actual social impact in comparison to maybe my engineering colleagues, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with the social impact aspect of it, the humanities and critical thinking, and especially with understanding that information isn't like an objective thing. It's influenced by people, and people create technology is like a really key component to DH that I really appreciate, and I think a lot of people take for granted. Like search engines have biases, and there's different algorithms that influence what we see on Facebook, and all of these things that people may not think about day to day, but are really important into like our lives now. So it was definitely key.
I'll also agree with that. My background in art history gave me the desire to work in a museum and continue working with art after my undergraduate time at UCLA was over. And then the DH background is really useful. I spend half my time working in exhibition installation and then half my time working in database management. So I do some work on the back end, write reports, analyze some of the data, see where we have gaps in our collection, see where we can improve how we collect our data and how we store it for the future.
I really love how you all have a different disciplinary background, but you're all humanists. You're all from the DH minor. Have you been working together at all? In the same class or on the same project?
Sally and I actually took our DH 101 class with Miriam, and we also did our capstone project with Miriam.
And what was the capstone project?
Our capstone project was working with the Getty Provenance Index. I'll let Sally talk a little bit about that.
So we worked with the Getty Provenance Index, trying to come up with different ways that scholars could use the service or like the database. And so we did German sales during the World War II era to try to see if we could see where different artworks that were stolen, if we could find out where they went. And I don't know, what did you do?
I worked with early 18th century private Roman collections.
Oh.
So we downloaded a large data set of about 11,000 records of artworks that were held in people's homes and analyzed what type of art hung in what sort of room.
And we luckily were awarded the Sotheby's Art Research Award and for the project, so that was great. And the Getty got a nice award, and so did we. So that was really, really awesome to have happen.
I graduated before you guys, so I didn't get the opportunity to work with you, but I did work with various groups that actually, some of them work at Oracle too. And yeah, so it was a great resource for Oracle to hire great candidates. And I actually worked on, as I said, the Twitter sentiment analysis of the Boston bombing and the Santa Barbara shootings that kind of led on over a couple of years with Professor Presner. and also just had opportunities to do research for the Kenyan presidential election, actually with Professor Shepard as well. So lots of opportunity for collaboration, interdisciplinary work with the Communication Studies Department with Professor Steen. So it's been a really great collaborative experience that helped me with my job today.
Guys, I have so many more questions, but I'm going to let you go. They'll be around walking in the pods, and let me just walk over here. So if you have more questions for them, go find them. As I said, they'll be walking around in the pod area, which is just here to the right. And what you see there is 12 projects that present themselves. So a whole slew of very different ways of dealing with humanities and computers, including the first ever live immersive humanities viewer, which has the coffin of the doctor in it, so you can see the doctor. And these are all the people that are there to welcome you. Just take a glass of wine, take a bit to eat, wander around, ask questions, and learn what digital humanities is about just by talking to people and looking at what they've actually produced. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a great rest of the evening.